In today's video, we are going to be testing and demonstrating the real-life performance of the Quansheng UV-K5 radio with multiple different antennas, in the pursuit of trying to clear up common misconceptions about radios.
Radios are one of those things that are overhyped, but also not talked about enough. The people who have them often talk about, oh, they're the greatest thing ever. They do have functionality, but a lot of people overstate or don't know the capabilities of their particular radio. They hear stories and they might hear, some old timer using a CB radio that's mounted on top of his house. That's a completely different setup, and the type of range that you're gonna get from that setup is much, much different than a handheld radio like we've got here. That's what this video is about. We're gonna be testing. We've got a J-pole set up right here. This is to eliminate variables. So whenever we transmit or receive from this, obviously the antenna has more than enough capability of receiving or transmitting. So really all the variable comes down into is the short or the long antennas, depending on how you're using these mobile radios. So let's get to it. We're just gonna start by transmitting on one and transmitting on a second. And we've got our guys here where we'll be able to listen in on the actual base station radio. Keep in mind, they're both the same radios. They just have a BNC connector adapter to go to a different antenna. So we'll be monitoring and we'll show you guys the results.
So Jacob right now is
4,500 feet away.
Yeah, he flew his drone over to where our base station is at, and we are just shy of a mile, like you said. So we're going to go ahead and see if they can hear us. Okay, this is the TID radio TD771 antenna.
We are using the TID radio TD771 antenna and a Quansheng UV-K5 radio from just shy of a mile away. Very good. I couldn't count the bars, but we got it on film up close.
So now we're using the ducky antenna. I don't know what the technical term for this one is.
This is a Nagoya NA 810.
All right, now we're using the Nagoya 810, whatever Patrick just said.
We're still at 4,500 feet away, and to note our position, we've got
trees and other foliage at about 40 feet above us, but we're roughly, probably 50-foot elevation-wise drop. Very cool.
And your transmission back to that was crystal.
Yeah, and I heard you guys extremely
clearly on the small radio. So now we're going to move to our next position and keep on going from there.
This is transmitting with the Nagoya 810, and hopefully you can hear me well. Well, I'm gonna presume he didn't hear me on that. You try on that one.
All right. Well, heard nothing on that, so let's give her a shot on this one. This is a radio test with the TID radio TD771.
We heard you loud and clear down here. I think 5 bars on this ain't a lot of fast.
Honestly, it might be worthwhile to go onto the service road so that we have a clear line of sight, because we cannot see the antenna from here. So let's go out to the highway so we can get a clear line of sight and try again. So we are now at about 2.5 miles, but unlike our last location, we are direct line of sight. So you can see the overpass, not the close one, but the far one up on the hill. That's where the base station was at. So let's go ahead and test the ducky antenna. This is a test of the Nagoya NA 810.
At about 2.5 miles, direct line of sight. How do you copy? Very good copy.
That's important to understand too. Direct line of sight is incredibly important because we were at 2 miles and couldn't hear hardly anything without direct line of sight. And now we have a perfectly clear line of sight to our base station.
Well, to clarify, we couldn't hear anything on the short antenna.
On the short antenna, that's correct, yeah. So, but now we can, and it's pretty clear. At 2.5. All right, this is a test of the TID radio.
TD771 antenna. How do you copy?
Crystal clear.
I don't think that that's really surprising.
We could keep on pushing the distance for clear line of sight. I mean, we could probably make it all the way up to 4 miles.
Let's do it. We are about a little over 3 miles out. You can still see the base station down here. We have a direct, unobstructed line of sight. So we're gonna test our little ducky antenna here. This is a retest of the Nagoya NA.
How do you copy? We understood it all. There's a lot of static and you're maybe 4 bars.
This is the TID antenna. Also
Transmitting from 3 miles away. How do you copy? Very clear.
it looked like 6 or 7 bars.
But yeah, interesting stuff. We're gonna head back and we're gonna do a little debrief. We're gonna debrief kind of what we saw. First
And
of all,
how to interpret this information that we've gathered.
yeah, most importantly is that this is a very small little slice of the broader radio.
And that slice is the best case scenario of radios.
Exactly. So as you start to introduce foliage
Of any sort.
of any sort, terrain, even buildings, you're going to start to severely degrade your quality in transmission and being able to receive transmissions as well. So, I mean, like you saw when we were about 2 miles away, plenty of foliage between us. We didn't have a direct line of sight. The ducky antenna, the little small one, they weren't able to hear us at all.
It was abysmal.
Yeah. So, but then we were able to go out and get a direct line of sight, and we were able
At
to
a
push
further
it,
distance.
yeah, past 3 miles. So
With the same ducky antenna.
exactly.
A lot of people tell, grandiose stories about, oh, these things will reach, tens or 50 miles or like that's not what these radios do. They don't have enough power. It's not the right frequencies. These are a completely different type of radio. But once you understand the capability of the radio, then effectively implementing it into your life and your preparedness plan is going to be much easier.
Yeah. And we stopped at a little over 3 miles, but we could have probably kept going further. We just literally did not have any more direct line of sight room. Like,
And
we went
also,
as far back as we could.
if you've got more than 3.5 miles of direct line of sight, great. That's fantastic for you. But most people, whenever they're going to be using these radios, are going to be in adverse conditions. So the big thing that we're going to advise to a lot of people is whenever you buy these radios, don't just take everything you hear at face value. Go do your own testing. Buy 2 radios and do what we did.
Yeah. So with that being said, we do offer these radios. These are the exact radio setups that we offer on our website. And they come pre-programmed with the frequencies that we use today.
And with both the antennas that we were testing today.
Yeah, well, not both of them. You can get one or the other.
My apologies. If you choose the package that includes all of them, you'll have both of them.
Which is actually really surprising, because if you want to look at like the raw performance that we saw today, I think that the cheaper antenna actually outperformed the more expensive antenna.
You're talking about the TID radio.
The TID, the long one, is cheaper than the Nagoya.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean that the Nagoya one is bad or anything, but I mean,
It's also about use case as well.
Yeah.
From practical experience, I use these radios in construction a lot, and toting around a radio with an 18-inch antenna on top of it is not fun. No matter where you put it on your body, that antenna is just going to be moving around, unless you're wearing like gear. But I'm not wearing gear at work. I'm wearing jeans and shirt just like I am right now.
Yeah.
And that's where the ducky antenna really comes into play. But
I don't know. I feel like a lot of people go down that rabbit hole of like, oh, if it's more expensive, it must be better. And Nagoya does make great antennas, but like you said, it's use case, and
Yep.
you can see certain applications where it might be nicer to have that ducky versus a longer antenna. So,
for sure.
anyways, yeah, I hope that this was a good video for you guys. It really illustrated some of our key points. It surprised me actually a little bit too. Check out the radio bundles if you're interested in getting into radios and kind of starting down that journey.
And stay curious.
Yeah.
Do your own testing.
Yeah, do your own testing. So that's all for today.
Stay armed.
See you in the next video. Yeah, stay armed.
Oh, no. You didn't fling it off in the right direction. You're supposed to fling it right there.
No. Is that you, Clint? Is that you?
Here we go.